Everyone, Justine Leslie here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I help empaths empower their intuition and connect to their soul so they can step into their true power. Before I jump into the video, we have a juicy video today. I just want to say two things. If you like the contents of this video, please like this video. And then also to subscribe to my channel. Basically, when you subscribe to my channel, you get notified when I do put out more content like this. So just wanted to throw that out there, and I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's jump into it because, like I said, it's juicy. All right, so guys, I get this question most often, okay? How do I ask for a sign from the universe? Okay, so I get this so much. So anybody that's new to my channel, go into the rest of my videos, explore my channel. I actually have a lot of interpretations and meanings of angel numbers, and angel numbers are the most common way in which, in numbers in general, in which our angels, our archangels, and our guides really, and the universe in general really communicates to us. So that's great, but we don't always have to wait around for numbers to get signs and guidance, right? So there's other ways to do it, and there's a certain way, and there's 4 things that I'm definitely going over. Obviously, that's the intention of the video, to go over these 4 things. So a lot of people, because people say, well, how do I do it? And, you know, there are definitely guidelines that can get you a better outcome. So I wanted to go through it as somebody that's a spiritual teacher and has been practicing this for about 9 years now. So let's jump into it. So first one, I kind of just hinted to it in a little bit, and basically I said be intentional about it, right? So a lot of people just go through life and they're kind of meaninglessly doing stuff, right? And if we want to live in this universe and work with the universe, and that's kind of what I do too, is that I really help people work with the way that the universe is built, in the way of working with the laws of the universe. So the universe was built intentionally, right? So basically the universe created us, which means that we actually have a purpose on this planet to do certain things. We have a personal purpose. We have a soul purpose, you know, with the collective, so personal and a collective purpose. I won't go into that today. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that, but we are intentional beings, and so far, and therefore the universe works intentionally, right? So we're mirroring the universe. So with that being said, we have to be intentional about what we're asking for. So we have to get something that is, we have to be clear. Like, that's another thing. We have to just be clear about it. So we have to have clear intentions. So I would say start with something that is related to what you're asking for, okay? So for example, if it is, I was actually talking to a friend about this. I'm going to use this example. This person, and I live in New York, and this person lives on the East Coast as well. Wants to know if they need a sign if they are moving, if they should take a job in California or whatnot. And so they chose to use the word Los Angeles. So as far as a sign goes, now let me break this down for you. So basically, the idea is to be intentional by picking a specific sign to see, to hear, whatever the universe decides to, in whatever form the universe decides to give it to you. But basically, she's picking something that is related, but not too common, and not that uncommon for her to actually see and be in her sphere, in her scope of consciousness, and letting the universe know that, right? So basically, she's picking something that maybe, you know, somebody that lives on the East Coast, you don't really necessarily see, you know, too many things about Los Angeles here, that kind of thing. So picking that is something that I think is perfect in that line of not too common and not too uncommon. So it's really right there in the middle, okay? I always ask, so on the realm of still being intentional about it, you need to say clearly to the universe that, hey, okay, my intentions are to hear, see, Los Angeles, have it in my scope of consciousness in some type of way, okay? This counts in dreams too, guys. And a lot of people are like, well, what if I'm unconscious? Counts in dreams. So if you start having a dream about Los Angeles, then obviously that counts as one of the signs. I always go with the number 3. Numbers 3, 7, and 11 are all very spiritual numbers and are connected to the spiritual realm. It just is. That's part of working with the universe. That's universal law. Those numbers have the vibration of spiritual in nature. You can ask for 7 signs of something, but you really only need 3. It's the quickest. Why not? So I always stick with 3. So then she asked to see it 3 times. I like the timeline of 2. I'm sorry, 2 weeks is what I mean. So I usually say within the next 2 weeks, or maybe you want to say 3 weeks. 3 is obviously, like I just mentioned, it's a very spiritual number. So you might want to do 3 weeks and kind of spread it out. But it kind of also depends. You might have a timeline about when you need to accept this job, for example, and then give that timeline. So there are specifics in this, okay? So being intentional does, with clear intentions, equals specifics. You're allowed to get this specific, okay? And the universe actually wants that because you're giving it directions and you're, again, giving it intention. I mean, that's the best way, purpose, that kind of thing. So you're aligning it in that way. The other thing too, so the second thing here is the outcome must be clear. So you have to say, you can't just say, I want to see Los Angeles 3 times in the next 3 weeks without actually saying why you want to see it, right? So you also have to be intentional about the outcome. Okay, so it must be clear. So are you seeing a pattern here, guys? So clear intentions. Okay, so basically the outcome must be clear. So okay, does that mean that you're going to take the job, or does that mean that you're going to decline the job? Okay, so the outcome has to be clear, because what's the point of seeing the signs when you guys don't know what it means, right? So you have to be clear on the outcome, and a lot of people skip this one. Okay, let's go to number 3. This is so important. The right energy is everything. And that means that you really can't go into this process by being skeptical or not, and lacking in gratitude, essentially. Meaning like, okay, I guess I'll try this. Like that kind of energy. It's not about, I guess I'll try this. This is about taking, again, I know I keep saying the word intentional. How many times can I say it in this video? It's just such a good word that a lot of people just don't use necessarily in their everyday lives, but it really is key to getting what you want, because it's about setting that intention, right? So that right energy is everything. So having gratitude, believing that it'll work for you, believing in the power of the universe, all of that stuff is needed. So that energy is big. This isn't just about, oh, my friend told me to try this, or my friend just saw this YouTube video and told me to try this. It's not about that. It's really about believing that it'll work for you, and really trusting. That's another really good word for this one. Trusting that the universe is going to deliver what you're actually asking for. So there is no room for skepticism. There are a lot of people in this space that say skepticism is healthy, totally fine. And I actually agree with that. You are entitled to be skeptical about anything that you actually want in life. That's totally fine, but this is not actually going to work for you. It's actually the same type of energy when I try to read for somebody that's skeptical. When I try to read my oracle cards, it doesn't work. I usually can't even get through to their energy because they have that wall up, right? So it's about a wall. So it's really about freely connecting with the universe and having that relationship and just trusting that it's going to come through for you and the answer is going to come through. Cool. All right. And then number 4, this one is so important. This one is, I call it, it's a sign if you feel like it's a sign. Okay. So here's the other thing. You can't, ask for, so we're still using the Los Angeles example. We can't walk ourselves down the street and walk right into the travel agent and go right to California and look for the brochure that says Los Angeles. Okay, that's cheating. I don't know if that's clear or not, but it's cheating. That is not a sign. Okay, that is not a sign. Actually, the way that the sign is going to come through is it's going to come through when you ask for all of this. So this is kind of like a ritual, asking for a sign from the universe. I would say I would put it into the category of a ritual. So after the ritual is done, you would actually toss it, meaning that you won't even really, and I know it's going to be hard, but our lives are busy, thankfully, so we can really focus on other things. But we're not going to put all of our energy in saying, where's the sign? Where's the sign? Okay. that's the type of energy that the universe doesn't work with going from the previous one. The right energy is everything. So this worry energy or this anxious energy, where's the sign? Where's the sign? Where's the sign? It's not going to make the sign come any faster. That's number one. And it might actually block and interfere in the process. So it's so important that we kind of put it out of our mind and just go about our everyday lives and not necessarily actively look for the sign. Okay, I'm telling you guys, the signs come when we're not even thinking about it and when we least expect it. And that's what makes it so beautiful, is that we're not sitting around waiting for it, right? That it comes out of nowhere, and we kind of understand that we know that it's one of our synchronicities or meaningful coincidences. That all of a sudden you are on the phone with a friend and she mentions that she might want to move to Los Angeles, right? That is the beauty, and that shocks you because she's never talked about moving or anything like that, and then you can count that as one of the signs. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with the signs is that if it feels like I mentioned, if it feels like a sign, it's a sign. So people say, okay, well, my friend mentioned that she wanted to move to Los Angeles on the phone, and she's never mentioned it before. Is that a sign? I would say, does it feel like a sign? Because only you're in this with the universe. You're not in this with me. You're not in this with another individual. You know when it's an actual sign. So you can feel it, okay? So you know what works and what doesn't and what counts. So it's really a personal relationship between you and, again, the universe, your guides, whoever's bringing this information to you, really. You know when it is. So trust your own inner knowing. Trust your own intuition when it comes to it. Only you know when it's a sign, okay? Okay. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Guys, please use the universe and your guides for support and guidance and clarity, and ask, 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 ask. These are 4 things that I feel like you guys need to know and will get your best and most accurate outcome of figuring out, life's decisions, okay? I use this all the time. I just recently used it. It's very, very helpful, and it can definitely give you that peace of mind and that validation on the decisions of your everyday lives, right? Cool. All right, hope this was helpful. Again, if you liked the video, please like the video. Please physically like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good day. See you in the next video. Bye.